This is day 13 out of 28 days of the live series where I go and talk about mindfulness and meditation, or mostly mindfulness practices and how they can help us just from day to day life. So today's topic is be careful of what you consume. If you've been watching the videos from this week and this whole live stream series up until day 13, then give this one a like because I appreciate you hanging out with me on live stream, and also share this with somebody that you know. So yeah, this is day 13 out of 28 days. Today we're going to be talking about 3 points. Number one, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Number two, ears are also portals into your body and everything else that, holds ears, eyes, mouth, even what you consume. And then detox every once in a while so you can feel renewed, and purge things out of your body that are contributing to negativity. So let's talk about the first one. The eyes are the windows to the soul. That's the first point. And I did a video on this a long time ago on my channel, Holistic Flow, which is my main channel. And number one is, when you, like, I think everybody kind of knows this from the outside in, that like eyes are the windows to the soul, but it's also a very common saying because when you think about watching something scary or witnessing a tragic, traumatic event, one of the main senses that is awakened is your sight. And then through your eyes, you're taking in a lot of information. In the eyes, out of a lot of other organs in our bodies, take in so much information about the world around us. So I'm going to read some facts so we can kind of like make sense of this in the scientific sense. In a study, researchers found that there was a significantly larger response to images when to high impact images, when compared to neutral images in the left amygdala and anterior hippocampus and the right amygdala. And sorry for my slip ups, it's still kind of early in the morning. The amygdala is commonly thought to form the core of the system for processing fearful and threatening stimuli. So that's what the amygdala does. It processes the stimuli for when you feel fearful and when you feel a threat. And researchers found in a study that when people are shown high impact images, like images that like change the way that you feel, there's a lot more activity in the area of the amygdala, which processes fear. So because of what we see, we know that, scientifically, we know that we can feel fear just because of off of what we see, not even what's physically happening in our physical environment. Also, the pupils dilate when we're aroused, according to the autonomic nervous system. When our fight or flight response is activated, the heart and the breath rate increase, and you begin to sweat and the muscles tense up. So our pupils also dilate in response to like the things that we see. But this response is usually something that happens in the body in to help us navigate experiences of fear that are affecting us directly, like running from a bear or running from something, a monster, something that's chasing us. But what do you think that happens when you watch like a movie, a scary movie, when it's a monster on the screen or a bear on the screen or a shark on the screen, something, that's coming towards you? All those responses are also very common to happen when you're just watching that. So, the increased heart rate, increased the pupillary dilation. All those responses are also things that can happen and likely happen when you also take in that stimuli from your eyes, because of what research has found happens to the amygdala, which means your the things that you see affect you in the same way that things that happen affect you. And because the eyes take in all this information, we do have to be careful about what we consume on TV, what we consume media wise, and just be mindful that what we see and take in through this portal right here affects us just as much as if that, like what we saw, was actually happening in real time to us. So I would, be extra cautious of whatever you take in through your eyes, whatever you watch, on TV and things like that. They affect us mentally, emotionally, and just be mindful of everyday intake of those things. Sometimes I even fast from social media, and I would maybe call that more so a detox from social media, as in just deleting those apps off of my phone. And then I noticed that when I'm detoxing from social media, trying to detox my brain from so much stimulus, I noticed that there's this pattern that I usually have when I pick up my phone. It's usually when I'm bored, and then I go to the place in my phone where there's usually social media, but I somehow forgot that I deleted it off of my phone. But it's not really that I forgot, because I know consciously that I deleted the app off of my phone, but it's just that there's a process that my brain goes through where I pick up my phone and then go to social media. But when it's not there, you try to go there anyways because your brain is like on autopilot, because we're used to picking up our phone and then opening this app, maybe scrolling for a couple of minutes, closing it, and then doing that in rotation to different apps on our phone, even if we have no new notifications. Why do we do that? It's because, like, probably social media is also a constant distraction. And that even like being on social media, as a person who creates more than I consume, I try to be hyper aware of how much I consume social media, because I know it, because I can feel it in my body, how it affects me when I start to be, I call it hijacked by the algorithm. My brain is taking in all this information at one time. You scroll, half of these are ads, by the way. And scrolling is such a autopilot thing. I also think of how dating apps operate these days, and how we have such a swipe culture, and it's so fast. Like, you swipe and then swipe and then you swipe and then swipe. I think all dating apps are not like this. I haven't been on all of them, but I think that's just in general a reflection of how automatic things happen in our brain, to where we're not consciously aware of the autopilot responses that our fingers have when they're navigating the screen. We don't even fully take in the information that we're looking at before we swipe to the next thing. That's how fast our brain is calculating information at an inhumanly fast speed. Because technology is made to speed up the way that we process things, so that the algorithm can hijack it even faster. If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. So, anyways, be careful of what you consume through your eyes and also through your ears. And this is the next point that I want to make. The next point is that ears are also, like, what you intake through your ears are also really important for your consumption and your how you feel inside. I want to talk about music. Music has a huge impact on how we feel, and from day to day, the music that you listen to can be a general reflection on what also is going on inside of your brain. I also have some facts on music that I want to share once I find This page, I did a video on this topic a little while ago. So let's look. The video was something called Healing Through Music or something like that. Let's see. Interesting, maybe it was here. All right. Yes. It was called Music and Healing Energy. This is from, wow, August 2020. All right. So, in my opinion, if you can heal with music, if music provides some aspect of relaxation for your body, then to me, it's a form of changing your inside chemical state of your body, excuse me, to help you feel better. So, music therapy has been used by patients. Music therapy has been used by creating, listening, singing, or moving to music. And this is talking about how music therapy helps patients heal. It is also used for physical rehab, pain management, and also brain injuries. The history of music dates back as far as ancient Greece. Apollo was the god of music, medicine, and light, and he was said to have shown others how to bring light into their inner beings. So this is just also some other supporting evidence of how music can often heal and have health benefits. So, guided meditations by voice and music have offered many health benefits, such as stress reduction, decreased anxiety and depression, improved memory, reduced blood pressure, pain reduction, and lower cholesterol. So, all these benefits, and this is scientifically backed. Also, this is a source from healthline.com. So, if music can be used to help with all of these things, and if there's a dark quality and a light quality to everything, meaning if something can be used for good, it can also be used for bad. And if music can be used to help people, heal, lower their blood pressure, and make the body feel better because all these other good things happen in the body, it can also be used to do the opposite. So you know how we talked about, your eyes are the windows to the soul. What you consume through these portals right here, they can highly affect how you're feeling. If you ever watched a scary movie, the worst for me are like the paranormal activity movies, like the Conjurings and the Insidious. Yeah, those are the worst for me. But same with negative and positive sounding music. So for me, there's music that I just don't want to listen to because I can feel the way that it impacts my body. And then for me, there's also music that feels good in my body. And I think we should, in order to do this, in order to be able to discern what music feels good and bad, like just be more in tune with our bodies, because a lot of us aren't as in tune with our bodies as we used to be. There's a lot of distractions and a lot of information that we intake every day through working, through sitting down at a desk, at a computer, taking in data, talking to people, interacting with people. So those distractions can often take away from the physical responses of stimulus in our bodies and how we're feeling. But the best thing that we can do for ourselves is literally be connected to our bodies, because a lot of the sicknesses and illnesses, diseases that we get, we could like often prevent them if we're like more aware of how little things feel in our bodies. Because one song that has like really negative lyrics talking about I'm gonna shoot this person up, I'm gonna boop 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 boop, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I've listened to those songs before. A lot of times I listen to R&B and stuff like that, but a lot of the music that talks about negative things or doing harmful things to harmful people, it's something that we listen to that we just bypass the lyrics a lot of the times. And sometimes I've become very aware of what the lyrics are saying, and I'm like, whoa, 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 how did we get here with these lyrics? The lyrics are mad wild. And then I decide not to listen to that music because I'm like, I'm singing the lyrics to song, I don't even know what the lyrics talking about, Then if you're aware what the lyrics are talking about, would you say that? Would you want to do the things that these people are doing and saying that they want to do in the song? Probably not. So I'm super aware of the music that I listen to because I know that all of those things, lyrics, way the music sounds, the tempo. I mean, not so much the tempo, but the just the vibe of the music. A vibe of a music, like the sound and the beat, and but it's also the instruments that are used. Different genres, like whole entire genres, can create different feelings in the body. So, for example, there's a song that I really like. I really like this song. It's called "Mr. Blue Sky" by the something 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 orchestra. It's a really older song from like the 70s, right? And I don't that song just makes me feel really good because it's saying like the lyrics are like the sun is shining in the sky. See how the clouds, you know what I'm saying? And it's like talking about the sun and the clouds and the blue sky, and that makes you feel good. And also the beat, dun, 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 and then the beat makes you feel good. But then there are some songs that don't make me feel good, specific genres, trap music, drill music, and then also some hip hop music sometimes doesn't make me feel good because it's a bit aggressive. Like if you listened to DMX morning, afternoon, and evening, I promise you by the end of the day, you wouldn't feel good or you feel like you angry at somebody for real, for real. Because DMX is for angry people. I swear, like, I think you have to be like on your way to a party or something like that to be listening to DMX. So, I'm not to say that listening to DMX is bad, but if you listen to music that hypes you up and it makes you feel more aggressively all the time, then you're gonna feel more aggressive on a regular basis. That's just how it works. So, yeah, my first 2 points are like about the eyes and the ears. Eyes are the windows to the soul. Also, you take in a lot of information through your ears. So just be mindful of that. Be aware of that. Okay. So the third part that I have about, being careful about what you consume is just notice how your body consumes things. And then also make sure that you detox from consumption every once in a while. I personally, I used to do this a lot, but to be honest, I don't do it as much anymore. I used to detox from social media. Well, I already talked about this, but also I used to detox from watching streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, whatever else. But movies on Netflix and shows, they're for entertainment purposes. Everything on TV is for entertainment purposes. Some are more for education, but the most popular form of entertainment is like edutainment. It's like educative, but then also entertaining at the same time. Because who doesn't like to be entertained? Who doesn't like to laugh? Who doesn't like to watch a mystery? But every once in a while, you want to take a break from that type of stimulation because sometimes I know I can rely on always having the TV on or always watching something because the background noise feels comforting for me. But really, I'm like blocking out my own thoughts. So I just say all that to remind us that we don't have to always have stimulation going because that stimulation can often be a distraction of, again, listening to our own body. Maybe there's something that's going on inside of us emotionally or mentally that we need to pay attention to, and, process our thoughts better. So, again, those are my 3 points. Really short and simple today. First, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Second, Ears are also portals into the body. And then third, detox every once in a while so you can feel, renewed and free. And yeah, happy Friday, everybody. And hope you have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video and you're watching on replay, then give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow for day 14. All right. Peace.